I'm working my way through the list of requests, and I saw one that's never crossed my mind, but needs to be discussed. So much so, I'm surprised I didn't cover it earlier. How in the heck does Starclan work? Mind, that wasn't the starting question, but it got me thinking about Starclan as a whole. And I'm not here to discuss real-world philosophy or religion before you start typing. I know my comments are usually an open forum, but that's taboo, even by social mores, and not just because it's comment rules. Don't make me turn off comments. Now, what do we know about Starclan? We know from multiple sources, both from in the books and the errands, that it's composed of the ancestors of our own precious clans. They seem to be far wiser than any living cat, capable of seeing some amount into the future in order to give prophecies, but I wouldn't call them omniscient or omnipotent. Even the powers of the three don't come from them, instead coming from another, more ancient and mighty power. That said, either they are incredibly powerful in the physical plane, able to create comet trails or topple trees, or the clan's faith in them is so strong it can override whatever logical explanation they could manage. Most of these cats are just really religious, and kind of without science to help explain the more celestial happenings of the world. Is it true then? Are they all sinister chess masters bent on domination of the living, using their limited foresight to create the illusion of an all-powerful authority in order to keep everyone in line? No, not really. They've just got really good publicity and fans willing to accept it. And that's fine. Starclan never seems out to harm the clans, though they're very much like the Greco-Roman style of gods, flaws and all. Do they actually exist? Within the series, I mean. Well, yes, obviously, we've read POV prologues and chapters from Starclan, but to the rare atheist among the clans, they don't. But they must have seen it during the Dark Forest battle. Well, faith can do many things, but so can denial and plain disbelief. What Mothwing and Cloudtail saw were rogues. They saw another large battle between the clans and a bunch of rogues, and thought nothing else of it. But those with faith saw a massive battle between good and evil, light and dark. And that's the thing about Starclan. According to Word of God, they only exist if cats have faith in them, remember them, believe that they exist. So, for example, if there was only one cat, alive or dead, who remembered someone, and they didn't believe anymore or forgot them, the cat in Starclan would vanish. Just fade away into nothing. If every cat in every clan found their beliefs to be ridiculous, for whatever reason, and abandoned them, Starclan itself could disappear. Not that it'd happen, of course. Faith can be incredibly strong, and I doubt something could happen to every single cat to make them denounce the existence of their, for lack of a better word, gods. For Cloudtail and Mothwing, the mind filled in the blanks. Your brain does that from time to time. It's called a lot of things, but we'll just use weirdness sensor, as TV Tropes calls it. The absolute refusal to see something strange or personally unbelievable, so your head makes up something else or masks it entirely. I'll link to that page if you want examples in media or real life or a better definition. Now, for my original request/question. Which cats should have been in the Starclan and which should have been in the Dark Forest? Well, that can't fall to any one person to decide. One may be incredibly forgiving of a cat while another condemns the same. That said, I do have some misgivings on how the whole thing is treated, so bear with me. How is it decided for cats in the series, then? Why should Ashfur be in Starclan? Why should Thistleclaw have been retconned into the Dark Forest? Brightflower, Yellowfing's mother, who is quite a good mother and all-around good cat for all we've seen of her, is in the Dark Forest. According to Vicky Holmes, she felt so much hatred in her heart after the death of her kits at Broken Star's paws that she could only ever go to the Dark Forest. Ashfur's only fault, once again according to the errands, was that he loved too much. That's not quite fair, is it? I would be furious, seething, if what happened to Brightflower's kits happened to my own children. Does her hatred of that injustice, that cruelty, make her an irredeemable villain? Ashfur was obsessed with Squirrelflight and her love, and when she turned him down, well within her rights, may I add, and there was no leading on to be found, he trapped her and her siblings in an inferno just to get revenge. The fact that it was considered love, however, is enough to save him? I don't buy it. The entire selection process seems arbitrary and a little twisted, where righteous fury and obsession and entitlement are measured, and whatever your reasons for it, hatred goes to hell and love goes to heaven. I won't start on the constant trend of ambition is bad in the books, present in just about every villain in the series, like Thistleclaw, as well as at least one antihero. that'll be another video. All of this in mind, the biggest overarching question is this: how does Starclan work? The short answer? It kind of doesn't. The long answer? It's a flawed system made up of not godlike beings with vastly different systems of morality, but previously living individual cats trying to work as one great authority and not quite succeeding as a result of their varied moral compasses and clashing wills. And to be honest, I kinda like that in a religion.